My name's Denise. And yeah, I'm an orphan, but I'm not your typical sad puppy eyes orphan. Nope, I'm more like an agent of chaos. I always loved breaking the rules and pulling off pranks, like that time when I was 6 and I changed the orphanage shampoo for pink hair dye. You guys look like you're about to drop the hottest K-pop album of the year!
Denise, I told you not to do this again.
But you're always saying we should brighten up the place. And sometimes, I traumatized the other orphans. They say that if you say her name 3 times in front of a mirror, she appears. Denise, Denise, Denise. You summoned me? Ah! Mommy! You don't have a mommy. You're an orphan. And the people in the orphanage really tried to support in their own way.
Hi, Denise. My name is Martha. I'm the new social worker, and I'm here to help you.
But let's just say it didn't quite work.
That creature is beyond help.
Wait, she's just a little girl.
That's not a little girl. That's the Antichrist.
Aw, I love it. That'll be my new nickname. Over the years, some families did try to adopt me, but usually the first meetings ended up with them running away in terror. What? It's just fake blood. Okay, I'm kidding. It's real blood. So, when I was still a kid, I changed my status in the orphanage system to already adopted. Do not disturb. It was the easiest way to stop all those noisy, we just want to give you a better life families from bothering me. Anyway, I was waiting for my real parents to come claim me. Of course, I'd never met them, but I was sure they weren't like the other adults. In my mind, they were super special and cool. Maybe criminal masterminds pulling off daring heists, or spies living under fake identities, or outlaws on the run, too dangerous for a normal life or to raise a daughter. Just some years later, I got to meet my real parents, and they sure weren't what I was expecting at all. One night when I was 17, I was in the director's office, just replacing his stress meds with laxatives, when suddenly, a door at the back caught my attention. With my expert lockpicking skills, I had the door open in under a minute, and inside, I found the records and files of all the orphans. It wasn't hard to find mine. It was a little larger than the rest. There were reports, complaint forms, and even some newspaper clippings of the times I'd escaped the orphanage for a while to pull off some of my more daring feats. Oh my God! It's like someone made a scrapbook of all my greatest hits. Then, tucked between all the chaos, I saw it. An old page with 2 names under the heading, Parents. My heart stopped. Carmen and Henry Blandon. Sure, their names didn't scream criminal masterminds, but they were there, and there was even an address. That same night, I stuffed my file into my backpack and ran away from the orphanage. After a couple of days of hitchhiking and borrowing some strangers' cars, I finally arrived at my parents' address. It was a suburban house with well-cut grass and a family car. It wasn't what I was expecting, but I was ready to know the truth. I was about to approach the door when it suddenly opened, and I finally saw them. A woman in mom jeans who looked like she hadn't updated her haircut since the 90s, and a man who looked like he got excited about filing taxes. Don't forget our dinner date for Blandentines Day.
Wouldn't miss it for anything. You, me, dumplings, and slow dancing in the kitchen.
You sure you can handle that much romance?
Only if you wear those socks with the little tacos on them.
Ew! I wanted to scream, get a room! And just then, a girl about 13 years old walked out, wearing a high ponytail and a unicorn backpack. That had to be my sister?
Ew, I forgot it's Blandentines Day.
I'll see you at 7, honey. Hopefully, my breakup with Gary will be quick and painless.
Wait, Who's Gary?
The mole on your dad's back. He's having Gary removed before dinner.
I'm leaving now and never asking questions again.
Don't run from your stepmole, Andrea.
I'm blocking this whole thing from memory.
As they all drove off, I was fuming. Not only were they painfully ordinary and extremely lame, they had another daughter, one that they kept. All this time, they were playing happy family while I counted cockroaches on the orphanage walls? And right then and there, I decided I was gonna do everything in my power to destroy their fairy tale life. So I tailed them from a distance, all the way to Andrea's school. The first step of my plan was to infiltrate the family. And this pathetic unicorn princess was my way in. I walked into the school with the confidence of someone who'd been going there since kindergarten. I couldn't join Andrea in her class, so I spent the morning lurking around, waiting to catch her at recess. But when I walked into the cafeteria, I saw I wasn't the only one who had beef with her.
Give me my backpack and leave me alone.
Or what? You're gonna call your unicorn buddies?
This was the perfect opportunity to gain my little sister's trust. Just leave her alone, you moron. They all turned to look at me.
Who are you? And why are you dressed like a homeless person? Don't you have a mirror at home?
Oh, is that the best you have? You look like you practice your insults in the mirror every morning. Mirror, mirror, who's the lamest bully in town? Spoiler alert, it's you. The rest of the kids laughed, and you could see his bravery fizzle out. Why do you even want a unicorn backpack? That's kinda sus.
What? No, it's not for me. It sells well on eBay.
Right, sure. Big market for used unicorn backpacks.
Shut up!
You know what bullies and unicorns have in common? They both look better with a horn on their forehead. At that moment, I snatched an ice cream cone right out of the hands of one of his sidekicks, and splat! I planted it dead center on his forehead. The crowd erupted with laughter. For a second, he just stood frozen, tears mixing with melted ice cream. Then he ran off.
This is not over!
Sure, next time I'll bring sprinkles. As the crowd began to scatter, Andrea walked up to me.
Thank you so much for saving me.
Don't mention it. We good people have to stick together.
You're awesome. I'm Andrea.
I'm Denuni Shijira. Yep, that's the best I could come up with.
Nice to meet you, Denuni Shajira.
That same night, Andrea invited me to her house for dinner. She wanted our parents to meet her savior. Couldn't have planned it better. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about it. I mean, I was about to officially meet my parents. And of course, I couldn't go dressed like this. So I went on my own transformation scene, just like in the movies. Except instead of a fun shopping montage, I just shoplifted some clothes and cosmetics from Macy's and got ready in the mall bathroom. Ugh, I hate it. I look like a Tier B Disney princess whose biggest dreams are to attend the Eras Tour and marry a dentist. I walked to the door, took a deep breath, and rang the doorbell. My parents opened the door with big smiles. And, after abandoning me 17 years ago, welcomed me into their house. It was a nice place. Not too big or fancy, but it felt warm, like a home. I didn't expect it to, but it kind of startled me. I had to remind myself why I was there. Ruin their life. Got it. What's that? I was saying you guys have a lovely home. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. You're always welcome here.
And thank you for helping her with that bully. Andrea told us everything about it.
Oh, it was nothing.
It was amazing, Denuni Shajira.
We sat down to dinner, and honestly, it was hard to stomach how sweet they were. Like a family-sized bowl of cringe with extra syrup. They had an entire wall dedicated to Andrea's achievements, like she'd cured a disease or won an Olympic gold medal. My orphanage file is much more impressive. And just before dinner, they made me say grace, out loud, full on, thank you for this food style. So, yeah, thanks, Jesus Christ, for being cool. And, shout out to all your crew for this dinner. Great work, everyone. The food looks swell. Amen. During dinner, I was bombarded with questions. Literally. Are you new in school?
When did you arrive in town?
Where are you from?
What do your parents do?
For how long are you staying?
Where are you living?
Anyone else would have cracked under pressure, but not me. I'd spent years perfecting the art of lying. Yes, today was my first day in school. I arrived yesterday. I'm originally from Oklahoma, but I'm something of a nomad. My parents are circus artists, so they're always touring around the world. Right now, they're in Asia. I'm supposed to stay here for a year. I'm living in a drafty apartment above a dry cleaner downtown, and the bathroom's outside. But hey, at least the hallway raccoon looks disease-free, and it's not a circus cage.
Oh, honey.
They felt so bad for me, they invited me to stay with them, just until my family came back. And Andrea was over the moon about it. Are you sure about this? I don't want to impose. We're not letting a nice, sweet kid like yourself live alone in some awful apartment. Stay here as long as you want, if your parents are okay with it, of course. Honestly, I don't think they care about me or where I live. Oh, don't say that. I'm sure they do.
You're staying with us. End of discussion.
For a moment, I thought, they're so nice. They seem like good people. Then, I remembered they had dumped me in an orphanage. It would be my pleasure. Step 1 of my plan, complete. I was living in their house, eating their food, and most importantly, not sleeping in a stolen car anymore. Just for fun, I logged into the orphanage's official portal one day. The orphanage had technically reported me missing, but I don't think they were in any rush to find me. My police sketch was basically a smiley face with long hair. I bet they threw a party and changed the locks. After a few days, I realized I couldn't just keep lurking around Andrew's school like that. Eventually, someone was gonna notice I didn't actually go there. So I faked some transfer papers, printed them at the library, and dropped them off at the front office confidently.
You're not in the system yet, but I'll update it. Probably.
I paid the admission fee using savings from my many orphanage side hustles. Thankfully, it was just a tacky public school, so it wasn't much. And just like that, I was in. And then, I started disrupting my family's perfect life. I started small, switching the salt with sugar, hiding the remote, setting all the clocks half an hour off. Then, I kicked it up a notch. I accidentally left the back door open and lured the neighbor's goat into Mr. Blandon's study. It ate his entire stack of work documents and chewed up 2 USB sticks. But they always managed to spin it into something positive. This coffee's a little salty, but it's got personality, and I love it. Must be a new trend.
This one's unreadable. But maybe that's the universe telling me to take a break.
You have been working too hard lately. It's a sign.
You're right, honey. Thank you, mysterious, wise goat of destiny.
That goat ate your entire fiscal quarter. We've always said, when one USB doesn't work, another one will. Are they high on essential oils or what? I don't know if it was their sickening optimism or the fact that I just accidentally salted my cereal, but the urge to vomit kicked in hard. I was getting defeated by a family of wholesome weirdos. But then it clicked. Right there, I came up with a plan so diabolical that I gave myself the creeps. If I really wanted to get back at my parents, I had to do it through their greatest weakness. Their sweet, precious Andrea. I could corrupt her, turn their sweet little princess into a fire-breathing, chaos-spreading dragon. So I took my time to study her first. Andrea was everything I wasn't. She was a good student, sweet, polite, and had that weird habit of raising her hand before speaking, even at home. She probably recycled her homework and apologized to chairs when she bumped into them. Of course, being a nerd and a pushover doesn't exactly make you popular in school. Every day, she was bullied, but she tried to hide it from me.
Yes, I accidentally dropped my personal diary in the toilet. Again. Silly me.
Yeah, she even had a personal diary. What a loser. And she was obsessed with me. She kept following me around like I was some kind of superhero. She wanted to spend every second with me.
Look, Danuni, I made a BFF bracelet for you.
Oh, great. Too bad I'm allergic to bracelets. It was nauseating to have her clinging to me like a python. But it also made my plan easy. Almost too easy. Andrea admired me so much, it was like watching a kitten imprint on a raccoon. She ditched the glitter lip gloss and rainbow socks for oversized hoodies, dark eyeliner, and a permanent don't talk to me face. And then I started planting seeds, little thoughts here and there. You know, you don't have to smile all the time. It's okay to say no. Just because your parents love broccoli casserole doesn't mean you have to pretend it doesn't taste like wet socks. At first, she laughed it off, but then she started testing it out.
I actually don't like your perfume. It gives me a headache.
Oh, okay, sweetie. And when no one exploded or burst into tears, she kept going. Luckily, the rebellious teenage hormones were also kicking in right on time. She stopped over-apologizing, raised her voice when she didn't agree with something, and she even rolled her eyes. Words like please, thank you, and love you, mommy and daddy disappeared faster than the spare change they used to leave in the cookie jar. What? It's not stealing if it's in plain sight. And then she saw me skipping classes and never doing my homework, so she followed my example, and her grades tanked. Of course, eventually the Blandons started connecting the dots.
Another D? Andrea, what's going on with you lately?
Can we just not do this? It's so exhausting.
You've been acting out ever since, well, since Danuni showed up.
Oh, so it's her fault now? Right, because you two are perfect.
We didn't say that.
Just drop it. Leave her out of this.
Even though Andrea defended me, it was only a matter of time before they discovered for a fact that I was the rotten seed. So, as Andrea became more like me, I became more like her. Yeah, me, the perfect daughter. Go ahead and laugh. Mr. Blandon, your baseball card collection is seriously impressive. And Mrs. Blandon, that pink sweater, absolutely stunning. Oh, you're just the sweetest. Just saying it like it is, Mrs. B.
We can go to a baseball game sometime, if you want, of course.
There's literally nothing I'd love more. Oh, Danuni, we owe you an apology. What for?
We thought maybe your influence wasn't that great for Andrea. She's changed so much.
Oh, well, you know, it's just tough being a teenager. Exams, hormones, peer pressure, probably a boy named Jaden who plays the ukulele. It's a whole storm. But I don't want to cause you any distress, and maybe it would be better for everyone if I went back to my apartment. No, Danuni, it's not your fault. We were obviously wrong.
You've been nothing but sweet and helpful to us. Please stay.
My plan was working like a charm, but I knew that turning Andrea fully evil wasn't just about ditching glitter and grades. So, when the universe dropped the perfect opportunity into my lap during lunch, I knew it was showtime. A boy walked up to our table, tiny, wearing glasses and struggling to balance his food tray and stack of books. Move his chair.
But he'll fall.
Exactly. Andrea's conscience was clearly battling with her desire to impress me. The nerd took another wobbly step toward our table. Do it now, or he'll make it. And if he makes it, he sits. Andrea reached over and moved the chair, and the boy landed on the ground with a loud thud, food and books flying everywhere. Suddenly, everyone around started laughing, except Andrea. She was looking horrified, but then...
Didn't think you had it in you to bring down a nerd, Andrea. Respect.
And just like that, a tiny, barely there smile cracked through her face. For once, people were not laughing at her, but because of her. She'd tasted chaos. And she liked it. Her villain story arc was complete. The rest was a walk in the park. Her grades kept sinking faster, detention became part of her daily routine, and our parents visited the principal's office so often, they were on a first-name basis. Meanwhile, I kept right on being the worst influence ever. You're definitely old enough to get a skull tattoo. Totally. You should kidnap that girl's dog. Sure, it's only natural for you to scratch the principal's car with your key. He's so annoying. It was only a matter of time before Andrea got suspended. I'd never seen the Blandons so angry and disappointed. And so clueless. Andrea, all we want is for you to talk to us.
We want to understand you, to be there for you.
You want to help me? Then leave me alone! I hate you two!
They didn't even have the strength to scream or scold her. They were utterly defeated. And I was so delightfully sweet, they never suspected I was the one behind all this. My parents' fairy tale life was crumbling, and it was time for the final flourish. They don't get you. They never will. Sooner or later, they'll give up and send you away to some boarding school with plaid skirts and discipline drills. A little harsh? Maybe, but it worked.
They've always seen me as this perfect little doll. I've always followed the rules and done the right things, and it never got me anywhere. But you don't care what anyone thinks. You don't beg to be liked. I want to know what that feels like. I want to know what made you like this. Maybe if I lived like you did, I'll finally stop feeling so weak.
You want to be me? Start by making better life choices.
Like what?
Liking and subscribing to MSA, obviously.
Already did.
Good. There's hope for you yet. Okay, I wasn't used to people trying to relate to me. I didn't know why she wanted to understand me so badly. But there was rebellion in her eyes, and I knew she was ready to deliver the final blow. Then, just do what I would do. Blow it up. The next day, Mr. Blandon took Andrea to his office, thinking it would be a chance to bond, which was stupid considering she'd been acting like the spawn of Satan. First, she sent everyone running out of the office by accidentally setting off the fire alarms. Then she found the office smart speaker controls and hijacked them during an all-hands meeting. Baby Shark blared over the system for half an hour before someone figured out how to shut it off. But later that day, Andrea wandered into the break room, and as luck would have it, she overheard the CEO in full meltdown mode on a call, yelling about cutting staff like fat from a steak. Naturally, she recorded the whole thing on her phone, snuck back to her dad's desk when he was in a meeting, and uploaded the video straight to the company's internal Slack channel. Needless to say, Mr. Blandon left work that day with a cardboard box and a security escort. That night, the Blandons sent Andrea to bed without dinner. As they sat in the living room silently, I spied on them from the staircase.
What are we going to do now? That job was all that kept us afloat.
We're gonna be okay.
How?
I don't know. I did it. I ruined the lives of my neglectful parents. But it didn't feel like a sweet victory. I really hate to say it, but I actually felt bad for them. Sure, they deserved it, but Andrea didn't. She was a victim, just like me. She just wanted a friend, and I took advantage of that. And suddenly, I felt horrible. Oh my god, I feel dizzy. I went upstairs to her room to talk to her, maybe even confess, but she wasn't there, or anywhere else in the house. Her things were gone, and her window was open. Andrea ran away.
What?
She's gone. Babe, check upstairs again. Danuni, you take this floor. I'll ask the neighbors. We searched the whole house. Every room, every closet, every dumb hiding spot. Nothing. No one saw her.
Oh, baby, we can't lose her too!
Two? They looked at each other for a moment and took a deep breath. Andrea is not an only child. We had another daughter before her.
This is not the time to talk about that, honey.
Wait, what happened to her? They froze. a heavy silence hanging between us. When we found out we were having her, we were so happy. But we were so young. We were still kids.
Our families didn't take the news well. They didn't want us to keep her. Said we were throwing our lives away.
We refused, so they kicked us out and cut us off. We had nothing. We were living in a broken-down trailer, and we didn't have money for diapers, food, or heating.
One night, she got sick, and we couldn't even afford to take her to a proper doctor. We tried our best, but it wasn't enough. We realized that if we really loved her, we had to let her go.
I listened to their story, barely holding it together, fighting the urge to cry or just explode. We took our girl to an orphanage and left her there. It was only until we got back on our feet. We were always going to go back for her. But you didn't.
Yes, we did. We spent some years getting our lives together, saving money, finding a place to live, and then we went back for her.
Why are you lying?
What? We are not lying.
You never came back for me. That one word hit like a lightning bolt. There was no need for any explanation. They understood everything in a second. Their eyes welled up instantly.
Denise.
Our baby girl! They tried to hug me, but I stopped them. No! Don't think for a moment that this is a heartwarming Instagram moment. You abandoned me and never came back.
But we did, honey, we did.
Stop lying. We are not lying. We went back for you, but the system said you were adopted. And something weird like, do not disturb. Whoopsie whoopsie. Well, that was my bad. But still, they just gave up?
We thought you were adopted and we didn't want to ruin your new life.
Do I look adopted to you? Yeah, I know that didn't make much sense, but I was too emotional. My head was spinning, and I didn't know if I wanted to cry, scream, or just disappear. I just can't do this right now.
Please, just let us explain.
No, stop. You had 17 years to explain. Now it's too late. I need to think. Don't follow me. They tried to stop me, but I was out of there before they could. I was more than ready to go back to the orphanage. Clearly, the family life wasn't for me. But first of all, I needed to find Andrea. I checked the school, her favorite bookstore, the sad little park where we once dared a squirrel to steal someone's fries. Nothing. Come on, Andrea. Where would you even go? That's when I remembered her words.
Maybe if I lived like you did, I'll finally stop feeling so weak.
Wait, no way. She wouldn't. She couldn't have found out. But knowing Andrea and knowing how much she idolized me, maybe she could have. I grabbed the neighbor's scooter and headed to the orphanage at full speed. And sure enough, I found Andrea trying to check into the 2-star hotel for abandoned kids. Look, my moral compass is pretty busted, but even I know faking being an orphan is kinda messed up.
Denise, what are you doing here?
So you also know my real name? I thought our parents never told you of my existence.
They didn't.
And then she explained everything.
Mom and Dad never told me anything about you. But when I was around 10, I found an old box in their closet. Inside, there were some baby clothes, a hospital bracelet, and a lot of pictures. I didn't understand at the time who this baby was or why she wasn't around, and I just never dared to ask. But then you showed up.
Wait, you knew who I was right away?
No, not at first. I mean, you did raise some suspicions. Like, you gave me an obviously fake name and were weirdly eager to meet my parents. But I didn't find out the truth until I stumbled on your orphanage file while cleaning up your room.
And why didn't you say something to me?
I was scared you'd leave if I did. I thought our parents would recognize you in an instant, but they didn't. I just went with the flow.
So, you knew about my whole ruin their lives plan?
Yep, I kind of figured that one out too.
Why didn't you try to stop me?
Because you had every right to be angry with them. After reading your file, I understood what my parents had done to you. You had to live all your life in a horrible place like this without knowing who your parents were or why they had abandoned you. Of course you acted out. And they never even told me I had a sister. They weren't even planning to.
So, you didn't go all evil and chaotic because of me?
Well, yes. I mean, at least partly. The truth is, I did want to impress you. You're bold, fearless, cool, the opposite of me. I started copying you at first because I wanted you to like me. But when I read the file, I just got so mad at our parents. They deserve all we did and more after what they did.
They were struggling and desperate.
What, are you going to justify their actions now?
No, not exactly. But I think I get them better now. They were scared, overwhelmed, and they made a horrible decision. And so did I. I hurt someone who didn't deserve it, just because I was mad and scared, and I thought it would make me feel better. I wanted to destroy them, and I used you to do it. You were just this sweet, unicorn-loving nerd, and I turned you into, well, me. That's not sister stuff. That's villain stuff, and I'm really sorry. I ended up here because of their mistake, and now you're here because of my stupid revenge.
I came here because even though I know it's not my fault, I can't help but feel guilty. I had this amazing childhood and you didn't. You were all alone.
But I'm not alone anymore. I have no more plans, no more agenda. I just want to be your big sister, if you let me. Andrea didn't say anything. She just threw her arms around me and we hugged hard. And for the first time ever, I felt like I had a family. I didn't seem to care about the past anymore. We called our parents, and they came to pick us up. There was a lot of crying, hugging, apologizing, more crying, and a very awkward group photo taken by a confused orphanage worker. Let's go home.